that makes you wonder, how can that be? How can that be that somebody would marry somebody 30 years older or vice versa, 30 years younger? And of course, you understand the reason why somebody would marry somebody 30 years younger. That way they'd be energetic and they'd be able to take care of both of them. But whenever Mr. Senior Bush died, and was it Betty Bush? What was
his wife?
His wife.
Barbara.
Barbara Bush died. That is almost completely, totally unheard of in today's society, towards two people staying married for 70 years. Isn't it?
Oh, yeah, because most people don't live that long.
I know. But even those that are hardcore, if you have a marriage that has lasted even any longer than 35, 40 years, in today's society, the way that it's a throwaway society, it's almost unheard of, isn't it?
It is.
What's going to become of us, Miss Bobby Sue? What's going to become of the American people? Do you know?
Well, I think the Lord's coming for too many years. Really do. Like in this town, I mean, especially at night, they shooting, killing,
Right here in Nashville.
of course, most of it's
Drug related.
drug related or boy and girlfriend related. Well, I guess it was last week. This people 2 doors down there over this neighborhood watched. Well, the least little thing around here comes up or moves, they'll call me and tell me because they know I'm here by myself.
Right.
And she called me up. It was just about dark. It was, wasn't completely dark, but it was almost.
Dusty dawn, dark.
And I said, well, no, the only thing I've seen is the fire truck sitting out here on the corner. And I said, it sat there 2 or 3 minutes and didn't move, didn't have a siren on or nothing. But I noticed it had red lights all over it. And I thought, well, I didn't even know a fire truck had that many lights on it. But then it moved off. But I didn't really think anything about it because the people next door, their son works for the fire department. And then across the street up one house, that guy is a retired fireman. So if a fire truck is out this way,
You don't really think a whole lot about it.
they'll barely move in front of their house and blow their horn.
Right, right.
So, I just thought that's what it was. But what it was, she said some of the neighbors, they was calling police because they saw this girl running around in the neighborhood and she didn't have on, and it was a real cold day, said she didn't have on a thing but a gray t-shirt. And they was looking for her. And then somebody said she run up my driveway and then they lost her. So they figured, that she just run around the house. And then somebody else said they saw her hiding behind the bushes. And so they finally found her and put her in the ambulance and took off with her. So.
You know what motivates most of the time those type of scenarios? Drugs.
Well.
I mean, why else would you be out running around, stripped basically off naked, other than maybe a t-shirt, at that time of the evening, plus it being that cold? Why else would you be doing something like that if you wasn't on some sort of drugs? Either that or she was fending for her life and somebody was trying to kill her.
Well, then she called me back and told me that they saw this woman across the street standing out there talking to the police. Well, that guy lives over there. He's a nice kind of a guy, but he's got a live-in girlfriend, and she had a daughter that's probably maybe 9, 10 years old when I moved over there, and I said, they've got 2 little boys now, but I said, well, that girl would be a teenager now. And she said, well, what they're pretty sure of is that she was taking off, supposed to be running every night, but she was meeting some boy down the street here somewhere. I said, somebody saw her and the boy walking up the street together. They said, you know, they didn't have no proof of it, so.
Have you ever had any attempt break-ins here?
Yeah, the day before on Friday before I retired on Monday, they knocked in that back door.
They did. Is that the reason why you put up the wrought iron?
Mm-hmm.
For more protection?
They just kicked that door open because there was footprints on the bottom of it.
You think they actually got in the house?
Oh yeah, they got the TV. That's all they got, I reckon.
But like you said, since you've become more established here in Nashville, now it's nothing uncommon to hear on the Monday morning news where there was 2 or 3 got shot and killed, and 4 or 5 robberies, and this got taken and that got taken. I mean, it's a big hullabaloo all the time, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And are these markets and everything, where they stay open late, they just rob them going and coming, and sometimes kill people working in there.
They do. You talking about like your 7-Elevens and your...
Mapco.
Yeah.
They was talking last night they had one, I think yesterday or about the night before, over in East Nashville that robbed it. And then just a night or 2 before that, they robbed one in, they just said West Nashville, I don't know which one.
Did you know we had an earthquake in East Tennessee this morning?
No, I didn't know you had one this morning.
Uh-huh.
I hadn't even had the news.
4.5.
Goodness.
Rocked the chandeliers in Chattanooga and went all the way up towards North Carolina.
And them people in North Carolina, I didn't even had the TV on. North Carolina, boy, they had snow going and coming.
Did they? Did they get I figured they got a big snow out of that.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, we was right at the borderline of it, you know.
Yeah, did y'all even get any snow? Or
Got about a ½ inch.
yeah. Oh, TV, no signals.
That ain't good. Yeah, this is the time of the year, Miss Bobby Sue, whenever things sure enough get crazy, especially whenever you're talking about people being nuts, those schizophrenics, being on some sort of drugs and stuff.
Oh, your robbery picks up close to Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Imagine the homicide rate picks up, don't you?
And
People shooting and killing? People not getting along?
snatching purses.
Uh-huh. Sad.
I wouldn't dare go to Walmart after dark or nothing like that.
Well, have you ever thought it through? What would you do? Which I know your answer is going to be, well, I think about that whenever I have to think about it, providing that I have to think about it. But what would you do if something was to ever happen to Maxie and you was still alive?
Well, I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure he's your lifeline now, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He used to come in just about every day. Does he still do that?
Oh, yeah.
Just comes in and checks up on you real quick. He still respects your independence, though, towards one.